Good morning, gang. Welcome back. For those of you showing up for the first time, of course, I am the Articulate Grunt. Welcome to my channel. Bringing a little more Olympic news today. As it turns out, Hiroshi Hoketsu, age 71, competing in equestrian events for Japan, is the oldest Olympian currently competing. And on a bigger note, has been competing for Japan for 48 years. He first competed in the equestrian events in 1964. Now, on top of that, he was asked if he'd be competing in the next Olympics, and he thought, and his comment was that he might be, but that his horse was getting a little old. Now, the record for oldest Olympian falls to Oscar Swan of Sweden, who in 1920, at the age of 72, took the silver medal in shooting. Back then, it wasn't, skeet and trap and all these different types of shooting. It was just shooting. Moving on from there, though, in a little bit of additional Olympic controversy, Nadia Dragala of the German rowing team, women's German rowing team, decided to go home early after it came to light that her current boyfriend, back in Germany, is a leading member of what German intelligence classifies as a neo-Nazi hate group. She said that rather than draw additional attention and controversy to the Olympic Village, since she was finished competing, she would just go home. Apparently, though, this isn't the first time for the young lady, as apparently one of her previous boyfriends was also a member of a classified hate group back in Germany, which caused her to have to resign from her position with the local police department. Yeah, enjoy that one. Now, in other news, if you've looked at my previous couple of vids on the Olympics, you've found Oscar Pistorius from South Africa. He's a dual amputee runner competing in the Olympics, the first amputee competing in the actual full Olympics, not the Paralympics. And he raised some controversy because there was engineers and folks that said, his legs give him an unfair advantage. They're engineered and give him a technological advantage in the run. Well, he's been eliminated from the 400-meter semifinals. He's out of the competition for the 400 meters. Turns out he's still part of the South African relay team, so we've got more to see coming up. Additionally, you'd probably in the news, possibly in my previous two vids on the Olympics, the Saudi female judo competitor who was going to withdraw if not allowed to compete in her hijab, her women's headdress. With a compromise and a modified hijab, she was allowed to compete, but as I noted before, she's a blue belt competing against a field of well-experienced black belts, and thus was eliminated from competition in 82 seconds. So much for that. Nice run, good try. I mean, shoot, she made it. We're all sitting here watching YouTube bits. But on the note of women's rights and progress, because this is being hailed because it's the first Olympics ever where every team competing has women on the team. Well, I had to go to a symposium where different, employment groups and activist groups and different people, came in and told you about them. And while walking through, was dang near accosted by a lady with a women's empowerment group who stepped out. "Sir, you're married, aren't you? Are you ready to sign up and support your wife and her rights as a woman?" I looked at her, looked at their booth. No. If I did, my wife would kick my ass. Quite simply because all they had out there was their banner, a couple of men that were with them, and several ladies wearing their shirts. There was no information, there was no literature, nothing. But, being married, of course I want to support my wife, so I'm going to sign up, right? No. Because my wife would kick my butt. My mother-in-law was as my wife puts it, a self-affirmed feminazi. She was a union woman. She raised both her daughters by herself and raised them to think and be their own women. And as she understood it, and as she taught my wife to understand it, the women's rights, liberation, was all about women being able to make their own choice and decisions. Am I right or wrong? Is she right or wrong? And what we get now in a lot of groups, and like I said, this group had no literature. There's no way in hell I'm signing up. Because for a lot of the groups, my wife complains about it from time to time, if you're not meeting their picture of what a modern woman should be, oh, you need to have a college degree, you need to have a job where you're competing for CEO of the company you work for, you're not really a successful woman. You're just kind of going through the motions. And my wife finds that insulting. And really, I think I would too. Wait, because I don't meet your picture of what I should be doing in accordance with your dream, I'm wrong. No, thanks. So no, I explained that to the lady, and she faded away and let me go on about my business. But let me know what you think of it. You know, on both the evolution of the women's liberation and women's rights movement, or anything else I've covered today or in a previous video if you want to. Give me your comments down below, like or dislike. Subscribe if you want to. I'd love to have you as a regular. But, till next time, take care of yourself, keep your head down, I am the Articulate Grunt. Bye.